Hello again, my friends, and you are my friend. Welcome back to your halftime show of the matchday ticket for Ipswich Town under-18s versus Liverpool under-18s. The score, in case you are not following at home or haven't got BT Sport or what have you, is 1-0 to Ipswich Town Football Club. Been a long time, Cruncher, since we said that over Liverpool.
my man scored, didn't he? I said him. Edwin Ajabud. The keeper's made a mess, hasn't he? Lee Anderson has just texted me saying if Evans was there, we'd probably sign him online, that keeper.
My heart did go out for him, though, because it's bounced just right in front of him. And he's done your classic thing you never should do as a goalkeeper. You've taken your eye off the ball to look for a quick early pass. So he's gone, and then, of course, it's bounced in front of him, and then he's just made a horrible mess at it. But it's 1-0 to Town. What a great time to score, Crunch.
They've done themselves proud, the Town and the club. And whatever happens now, I thought the first 10 minutes, I thought we started really well. And then they came in the game. It sort of ebbed and flowed, didn't it, a little bit? But we've worked so hard. And it was like Nigel Spackman said, we had a spell there where it looked as though 20, 25 minutes, we'd put so much into it. And then they came on top. But they've not really had any. They're sort of from long range, weren't they? A couple of shots. Their Polish lad, he looks quite handy. But other than that, we sort of snuffed them out. So let's hope 15, 20 minutes we can keep them out. Maybe nick another goal. We've given as good as we've got going forward.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Liam Gibbs had an effort that maybe should have put it out to his right, as Nigel Spackman said. We've had the one with Valentine, where he's just got to take a touch and settle himself.
He
can hit the target.
Excited, didn't he? Got a bit excited.
He saw his name in headlights.
Yeah.
But on the other end, Liverpool, he's had too many touches. He should have, when he comes inside and it opens up from on that right foot, the Liverpool striker, you've got to fire that shot off. And instead, he turns back on his left.
Yeah.
And then does a Frank Lampard in a Champions League final and slips. And
tell you who's been impressed me was Cameron Humphreys, the lad who put the ball in for the goal on the left-hand side. I thought he's had a really good game. Albi Armin, he looks a good player. I'm not sure about his hair, Martin, and them socks he's wearing, but that's all the rage, isn't it, for the young kids? But
apparently so.
And Baggott at the back. There's a couple of times he's got away with it a little bit, hasn't he? Sort of tried to sort of overplay a little bit, but he is an absolute unit, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Absolute unit. Score says, ask Radden, it's 1-0 to Ipswich Town. Michael, no matter what happens in the next 45, these have performed heroically.
Yeah.
It's credit to Lewis Reed in net, doing what he needs to do in net, in the net, and probably didn't think he'd be playing games with Bort ahead of him. He's looked okay. He's looked fairly comfortable. Great save. But a good save.
The one where he spilled it, didn't he? But then he got up quickly and got on the rebound. Ex-boxer, so you don't want to mess with him. But I thought their goalie, I know the goalie made a mess of, but there was a couple of corners, Martin, that he looked like get that corner in and around him. You got Baggott come steaming in. He didn't look the most comfortable to me.
Really?
The goalkeeper. No, for Liverpool, not for us. Their goalie.
No, so I was caught watching the highlight of the goal.
Yeah, so am I. I've got him on the iPad here. But look, he's had a mare there, the keeper, isn't
it? He's bounced right in front of him. He's got his eyes off the ball, looking for a quick pass because he thinks it's fairly easy. And before you know it, son, you're picking it out of the back of the net.
You think it's like the half's over, innit? That's the last play of the half.
Great time to score.
Exactly.
They've got no time to come back, so you're not going to throw it away with a mad, oh my God, we're winning moment. You can now get them back in, settle them back down, say it's 0-0. All those different things. The one thing I did think, and I hope it's not true. Yeah, that's the one where he spilled it, but he got on it with fairly quickly and made up for it. I just hope we don't go a little bit conservative now and try and protect this one. Just keep playing. Yeah, but you say no, but you know what modern football is like, even at this level. As a manager, your first instinct is to try and protect what you've got. Sometimes the best form of protection is going on the attack.
Yeah, definitely. Let's
don't be silly.
On that lead.
Don't commit men forward, but by all means, just play your game as you. Because in that first half, you have been toe for toe, pound for pound, on par with them.
Yeah, you just don't know about as the game wears on, like fitness-wise, because we worked really hard, didn't we? Pressing them, closing them down. Not giving a lot of interesting one for me. So you've got Paul Cook there in the director's box sitting there, and then you got Roberts and Lee O'Neill next to him wearing a mask. What's going on? Don't really understand that. It's a bit strange.
Well, he could have a health condition, which he doesn't have to wear a mask, or he could be vaccinated. But again,
but the question is, what's Lee O'Neill still doing at the club?
I don't know. Someone get Mark Dempsey back on the phone, will they?
What is his role?
I don't know. Colin Plum, we started really well, didn't we, Gov and Rich?
We did. First 10, didn't we? We really, and then it was like, then they came in the game. Then we come back, and it was
as if they're watering the pitch again. They do that. That's a bugbear of mine that's coming back to the forefront of my mind. I've not been on that pitch for too long. They water that pitch ridiculously. Like, the players are slipping in that first half. Why are you watering it again?
They love it, don't they? Get a bit of water on there.
It's ridiculous what it is.
Zip the ball about.
What it is.
But then we haven't had no real weak players, have we? No one's really. I think they've all. The lad up front, Biarbo, I thought he was a little bit isolated a few times. There was a spell there where Liverpool got on top, and I thought it was like, yeah, he's not getting sort of no support around him. But then we sort of came back into the game, and it was just going to go to 0-0, wasn't it? You think, yeah, 0-0 half time. But take that. I was going to think, yeah, I was well happy with a 0-0.
He'll do for me though, Rich. Like the look of him. Great player. I think he'd be a good player. I think
they've all really impressed me. There's no one on that pitch who's not sort of. I think they've all had a really good game. Really good game.
Yeah.
And let's hope second half. I don't know what we got sort of subs wise, Martin. I'm not really sure what we've got, who we're going to bring on, because as the game goes on, we're probably going to have to make some changes because we're going to probably tire. But then all the pressure's on Liverpool. Liverpool are the favourites. They're the ones who are expecting to win. You know, they've been talking them up. Klopp likes this player. Klopp likes that player. Well, Jurgen, let's look at the half-time score. We're 1-0 up.
Raiden asks, what do you think about Elkan Bagot's performance?
I think he looks real comfortable, doesn't he? It's I'm not saying he's going to be a regular next season, but I would expect him, Mark, to be in and well. It
Luke
depends,
Maddison's right through at Rochdale. We've got to stop pretending we're bigger and better than teams in our own division, or were in our own division.
Depends.
He's certainly good enough.
Who you're going to partner him with? Not Wolfenden. I wouldn't be having two young centre halves. I'd be all for it if you brought in an experienced centre back. Wolfenden had a pulse.
We're a third tier team, Rich. We didn't finish ninth off our back line. We finished ninth. We couldn't score a bloody goal.
Yeah, true. But I think
I just see him, and every time I see him, I think he's accomplished, can play with the ball on his feet, can win a ball in the air, and he's playing that the centre of the three, and that's the hardest position for me because you've got to read the game in front of you and look after your two.
I thought the other two like alongside him. I thought Armin and I thought Stewart. They both played well. They've all three have played really well. The fullbacks have got forward when they can. But yeah, let's see. Second half, let's like you say, don't sit on that lead. But it's a mental thing now, isn't it? I think it's a mental thing with some of them. You think you've got let's take the game to them. Take the game to them. There's another goal in this. If we can get another goal, 2-0 up.
Just play your game. Play the game. Play the game. Play the game. Because as you say, but you know what managers are like. Managers, you're one. I used to be one. Your first instinct is to try and maybe just sit on it and protect it, and that creeps into the mindset of the players, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe, but let's wait and see, mate. It's all good. If we said we're sitting here winning 1-0 at half time, we'd be more than happy, wouldn't we?
No, exactly. But it's one thing to be go out there and have a free hit, but it's one thing to be up halfway there. You know, in a manager's mind, you've got 1 foot. Now, do you want to keep that 1 foot by being sensible, or do you want to go fuck it, lads, go out there and play your game? We fans say that all the time, but you know as a coach, I know as a coach, sometimes it's really hard to keep that mentality. I want to see him keep it, but
because it's changed, isn't it? Like you say, it's changed there. The mindset going in at 0-0 and now going in 1-0 with something to hold on to.
You got one boot in there. You got one boot in the final, and it's if you go gung ho and you lose 2-1, or you go gung ho, concede a goal, and you go, oh right, hang on, let's try and be a bit more contained. You've given it back to them, so to speak. But yeah, I want to think it going. I'm loving the game. It's really good football. Both sides
Nigel
are in it.
Nigel Spackman, great on co-coms, isn't he? He is classic.
Nigel
I love him.
Spatman. Oh, I recognised that voice anywhere. When I heard it, I was like, I've not heard that since like the late 90s. Nigel Spatman, where you been? And he's the voice for me of the Division 1 nationwide playoffs, semi-finals. With Brazil
definitely.
always doing the final. Do you know what I mean? When I hear Spatman's voice, I always think of like Sheffield United versus Birmingham or someone like that in the playoffs. It's 90s vibes.
I always remember. I sent you the picture, didn't I?
Yeah,
I remember Spackman as a player with the headband in the cup final. I think that's when they played Wimbledon. I think when they played Wimbledon, he wore that.
The crazy gang. Facebook user Brett Johnson's making a sound at Mark's house, getting ready for the second half. What was that sound, by the way? Someone messaged me earlier and said what it was because I asked them.
Turkey and cheese. Was it turkey and cheese?
That's it. Yeah, turkey and cheese. Lee, Liverpool should now go to second gear. Think it's back to the Wolves job now, but hopefully we can nick one. 2-1 says the GOAT. He's gone from 2-1 to 2-2, back to 2-1. Stephen Parry, let's not forget Gibbs' cross. Yeah, Gibbs has played well. What you'd expect from a player on the verge of the first team, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was interesting because I don't think he's signed a new contract yet, has he?
He hasn't. No, I've had the GOAT telling me that we need to sign him up. Right, we're back at full time. Myself, Cruncher, and the GOAT, Colin Plum, to break down hopefully what will be Town heading through to the FA Cup. We're 1 foot there. I'll see you on the other side at full time.